Everything about wine intrigued me. It made me curious. I knew this is what I wanted to become, a winemaker. My interest in wine actually started in my student days. Harvest time gets you excited, it's an adrenaline rush. It's a bit stressful sometimes, but I mean being in the cellar, getting down and dirty, working with the grapes, and at the end seeing how the grape evolves into a product that is just something that you can be proud of. And not just that, not just harvest time, but coming to blending of red wines. I mean, thinking of blending gives me goosebumps. I just love it. It's all about experimenting, it's all about art. Wine making, like I always tell the people, there's never, never, never a dull moment.
I guess it was in the blood all the time, and it just needed some time I needed some time to realize what I actually wanted to do. Growing up on a wine farm had the biggest influence. My brother-in-law is a winemaker as well, and I always enjoyed watching him, and that played a big role in becoming a winemaker. I used to come here for 21sts and weddings and that sort of things, and we always had a good party here, and it's a beautiful estate. And never realized that one day I might come back here. Personal goals, just providing a good life for my family. Professional goals, like I guess any winemaker, trying to make the perfect wine. And obviously that hasn't been done before, and that's an endless quest to really try and make that special wine that everybody talks about. Yeah.
Favorite wine at Zonnebloem now is actually the Zonnebloem Chardonnay. That was the wine I was given when I came here to treat as my own. But now I have to look at the whole range, so my whole Zonnebloem range would be my favorite, but if I have to pick one, it would be the Chardonnay. Our chief winemaker at the moment is the guy that really gives me a lot of ideas, a lot of international perspective, because he's got a lot of international experience. It's Lindy Schultz. My personal goals is to become a good winemaker, to become good in the job I do, to be a great husband for my wife and a father for my daughter. I just want to be good at what I do, give my 100% best in everything I do, because without commitment you can't get anywhere in life.
I basically, just read up about, read some magazines and stuff about wine, and I just thought that it's really interesting that you get grape juice and, all the chemical reactions and biochemical reactions that, that take place, and the juice is converted to wine, and I just thought I'd give it a go. But I've never regretted it ever since I started my studies. The first 2 years were, your basic BSc course that we did. But as time went by and I started working in a wine tasting room and just tasting more and more wines, I actually realized that I just developed this passion for wine. Right now I love wine so much. What I want to do is to make wine, good quality wine, and yeah, I just can't imagine my life without wine at this moment. So
what were you going to be if you weren't going to be a winemaker?
Auditor.
Oh, I'm passionate about it. From the first minute I walked into the cellar, it was just the tanks and the pumps and everything was going crazy. And it was just magical to see how grapes are turned into wine. Suit and a tie, and I'm not a white collar guy. I couldn't sit in an office. I've got ants in my pants and I like to run around, and I can sort of get my energy out in winemaking because it's a lot of hard work. it's all associated with winemaking in my life, fortunately.
Now you're getting serious.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm enjoying myself. I'm very happy that I became brave enough to go to something that I didn't know about, to go a place where I didn't know anyone. I remember the day I left, my grandmother was really worried because they thought I was going overseas. So new and complicated, and you know. But I figured, you know what? If I don't take a chance, if I don't take a step up and say, okay, fine, I'll go. I don't know anyone. I don't know what I'm going to be doing. So I'm making. I don't know what wine is. I only know cider. That's what I thought was wine. And I came to do it. And on top of that, when I come in and I'm like, oh, it's Afrikaans. Oh, damn. Am I going to understand the thing? And then, but I was like, okay, fine. I went through and I succeeded.
This is my office and it's got to be the coolest place to work. South has been probably one of Cape Town's best surf spots, which is not very far down the road on that beach right down the bottom of the farm. So it's a good dose of that is required in making a good wine. I think for some of us, it's a lot of the sea went into making that wine. It's, I mean, I've just been, once again, it was the bum and butter situation. I mean, I've grown up in this area and seen this farm develop, and I mean, surfing down there so many years, you know, you always look up and think, oh, what a pleasure. I mean, look at that, that's amazing. And when I started getting involved in the wine side of things, I just used to look up there and think, oh, imagine getting a job there. And it happened, it worked out perfectly. I mean, I've got nothing to complain about. And you know, it's, I believe from a winemaking point of view, you've got to be at a farm for quite a while before you start to see the best of what it can do. And I'm not going anywhere.
I know. I've always preferred to stay out in the countryside as opposed to in the city. Just a chance to do something for myself, you know, that I can be proud of was just too good to resist. So I decided to stay and give it a bash. Not merely just elegant, but that they've got some kind of character to them, you know. It was just another opportunity, another sort of creative outlet.